this fall than you did halfway through last season when you kind of started?
Yeah, so I started halfway through last season. I mean, I didn't have any playing time going into this halfway through the season, but I mean, after that, I was able to grow, understand what combos to do and all those different things, like being able to play with different guys and just understanding like how like the tempo of like playing with Division I football is, and so just getting that used to, and just from the spring until now, I mean, it's slowed down so much. Like just understanding like the whole game itself, not just only my position, but like the five positions with me and along with the whole offense, and just understanding the whole entire scheme of things. And that slows things down so much, and understanding like what's all going on around you, because I got to lead this thing around me and make calls and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's slowed down the game so much.
How difficult was that to do? Like you said, you'd hardly play, then you're thrown in there at center, and now you're kind of, how difficult was that?
Right. So last year, whenever I got thrown in, I mean, we've been practicing last year. Obviously, like we practice to play. Like we don't practice not to play. And so throughout practice last year, we were able to develop each other, develop me, including, and just being able to get thrown in there on offense. I just got to be ready whenever you go in. You just got to take that for the team and be like, hey, I'm a provide for y'all and make calls and do whatever I need to do to get this team going where we need to be. So.
Did it feel like you were starting over though, with the new offense coming in, new line coach coming in, new offensive coordinator coming in, pretty much a new system?
Right.
Did it feel like you were starting over? Or?
I mean, I guess you can say starting over is something to say, but I mean, playing with the same guys,
right.
Understanding that I have half a year on my back, and just like understanding like I've slowed things down, and this whole new scheme of things, like going from wide zone to this spread offense. I mean, it's been a big change and stuff, been a positive change. I mean, it's been great. So.
You mentioned kind of the same guys on that line. How much more of a cohesive unit do you think this?
Right. So, I mean, I think we play really well together, understanding like each other's different things. Like we're all different, but we all are one. You know, we're all five, but we got to play as one. And so, if we don't do that, we don't go far as an O-line and help this whole offense and this whole team. So, I mean, like based off last year, obviously we brought some guys in, and so it's changed a few things, different backgrounds, which I mean, it's made the O-line better. So I think it's something we really need. And I mean, we've never been so close together, so that's good.
Is there almost a chip on your shoulder, you feel like, to, obviously getting the most sacks in the Big 12
right.
this season? Does that add anything to this season to get it right?
I mean, it's obviously something that we need to fix. And going from based off of spring until now, it's going to be fixed. We've played really well so far, and this is going to change. This new whole offense is going to change really well. So I mean, there's obviously a little chip on our shoulders based off of last year and how we performed, but I don't think that really was us, and I think that we have a whole new thing now. So.
With the O-line having to work together for it to really work,
right?
You know, how long does that take? And has there been a moment yet when it's kind of clicked?
Right. So I would say once we all started like getting like used to the play calls and stuff, like had some new guys understand like what's going on and how we need to learn things and stuff like that. Obviously, it slowed down the game, like y'all said earlier. But I mean, it's clicked once we understood everything. Obviously, it's going to take some time, day after day, continuing to get there. We're not perfect right now, but we're going to get better in the future. And so hopefully. Throughout this fall camp, we're going to grow a whole lot more and understand like the whole game of things and slow things down for us and play better. So,
how have guys like Gavin and Campbell really kind of helped you almost, that senior leadership?
Right.
Have they kind of helped you almost progress from, getting thrown in there to now being a consistent starter?
Oh, of course, yeah. So those are two great guys, good buddies with them. They're great leaders on this O-line, obviously because they're older. It brings like a different outlook on this O-line because like we got to play for them, because this is their last year, and so we don't want to underperform for them. And so you also got to think of that way too. So I mean, they're big leaders, older guys on the team, and so I mean, having that look and having that understanding of this football, like IQ football level and stuff like that, being able to bring that to the table and help the younger guys and stuff like that helps a lot. And just like their whole mentality and just like understanding of like what we need to do to get better and what we need to do to perform and get to the Big 12 and do all these different things. So.
With the new guys, is there just more competition for those spots? And then can you talk about what Omar kind of brings?
Right. Yeah. So there is a lot of competition right now because it's fall camp and stuff like that. We have this the scrimmage tomorrow, which after that it's going to get graded out, and we're all going to be changing out different things based on how that is. That's going to be good. But yeah, Omar and Sydney and all them other guys that's came on this team, this O-line newly, they've been wonderful. Like they brought all this energy. Like I said, like different backgrounds make new things. Like makes us like, oh, we had different things last year, but this is a whole new offense. This is a whole new team. And so like having these different guys like bring this type of energy, different like type of mentality on this team helps a whole lot. So they've been great on this whole line.
On the flip side of that, Ryan Lee, he's been here, he's seen all that. What have you seen from him over the last year in this growth?
Yeah, so like he's grown a whole lot from once I've been here. So like once I got here, he was a great dude, great offensive lineman overall, but like he's grown so much, like tremendously this past year. Being able to take this position at left guard and grow with it, understand like football IQ level, understand like the whole scheme of things. Like right now, it's slowing down so much for him right now. So I think he's going to be great at that position. Obviously, there's different things like we need to fix and stuff like that, but yeah, he's been doing great.
I think Coach Miller in the spring was talking about, really, he hasn't watched much of last year's tape.
Right.
I mean, do you use last year? Do you remember last year, or do you wipe it clean and forget about it? And
Right. Obviously, there are things I think you can remember some things about it, like on how much, like to feed on, like he said earlier, like that chip on your shoulder, just to keep on like day to day, just think about that type of stuff. And so you can grow and practice, fix different things that you need to fix. But you said like, based on like last year's stuff, I would say you forget the things that you don't need to remember and just build on the things like you need to.